Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of Playing Legendary Game of Heroes. It is a Tuesday stream where we're going to be doing a deck preview for this Fire Commander event. And this time it's going to be, I believe, Beast Killer. And the name of the event is Inquisition's Edge. So we're going to take a look at the cards. And for the first time in a very long time, I actually have the coins to be able to craft the team if I don't get it. So we're going to do our normal thing. We're going to pull for 4 tiers in the vault, and then we will see how we do in the vault, depending on the cards we get. Then we will go ahead and craft the cards necessary for this ultimate form. I can tell you before we actually dig into it too deeply that I think that this is a really, really strong deck, and so I'm excited to be able to showcase it to you. As usual, this is sort of like a free-to-play players sort of event. Fire event being the last one of the season. This is generally where you can save up enough coins to craft. So I actually do think that it is going to be worth it. And also, for just the next 24 hours, if you craft the full team, you will get a free 2-star. So that means you get better stats and also better dispels. All right, and so. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We're going to go ahead and we are going to open up a few tiers in the vault here. Again, we're going to go 4 tiers here, and then depending on how we do, I will craft either both cards or hopefully none of the cards, or at least only one of the 2 cards. So let's go ahead and do our pulls and see how we do. And we got Chris Van, MC's Mom, DM Cookies Man, Catherine, Peter, and Proudhome, Connie Flame, Henrik, JZ Winge, and Con Willing Deep. Thanks for joining us, guys. And Con Willing Deep, we think that's the best team of the season, no doubt. Yeah, it definitely looks really, really strong, and we will definitely talk about it and just kind of understand why it's strong and how it would work with other teams. All right, so tier 1 was kind of a flop. Got a 3-star sword there, so nothing exciting. Let's take a look and see what we can get in tier 2, except, in addition to our support card, we get an ultra rare card as the gold reward on tier 2. First time in a very long time I managed to pull a gold card that is amazing. All right, so this is the ultra rare card, so that means if I do need to craft, I just need to craft 1 card, and now I have enough coins to craft another card from this season, which I'm looking forward to doing because I haven't had any of the gold cards in the last 2 months, so it'd be good. All right, and we have also the Interrogator Shion, so that is the guaranteed support. So we have actually the ultra rare card, guys, tier 2. Tier 2 ultra rare pull. That's incredible. So let's go ahead to tier 3. We're gonna do 4 tiers because I do want to also get the event card because I actually have all of the historical heroes to get the shiny as well. So going all out, gonna get our relics, going to get our card. And so let's take a look. So this is our Nameless Blades. This is the guaranteed main event relic. Tier 3 pull. Let's see what else we get here. So that's going to be the soul for the relic. And then let's see what additional cards come out of here. So we get keys and then support coins, unfortunately, Targas, and all the other cards that come along with the regular pulls there. So just a guaranteed relic in tier 3. So now we're going to go into tier 4. We're going to be picking up ourselves the main event hero, another relic, and then we will see if we can get really lucky and get ourselves a Master Collection card. All right. And so here is the Oathkeeper Krull. That's the main hero. And typically if I get the guaranteed rewards right away, the chances of me pulling a unexpected card is a little bit lower, unfortunately. And let's take a look here. So this is... Okay, so I take that back. We actually get our second ultra rare hero. And so that means if I get a Master Collection card and I get my shiny, I should be able to get this to actually three pink stars. Okay, so that's actually a really good pull here. And then here is our guaranteed relic. So can you believe this? For 2 months straight, basically nothing, and then this particular event, I get 2 of the ultra rare cards in my pull. So really, really happy about that. I am going to have to craft 1. Once I do, then I'll also be able to get the shiny. So crafting one ultimate form now will allow me to get a 2 pink star ultimate form, and then if I get the shiny, that'll bump it up to 3 pink stars. So not too bad. A pretty good pull altogether. That is about as good as it gets for me for now. No ultimate relic, but that's okay. I'm going to, I'll take this. All right, so let's go ahead and do this right away. So the one that we are missing is going to be Faceless. So Faceless is the one that we're missing, and we're going to go ahead and craft that. I'll say yes. I don't actually need to craft anymore because I can get the shiny as well. So I'm going to say, okay, be very careful because the very next thing that pops up is whether you want to craft again. So I'm just going to cancel. So now we actually have our ultimate form. Oh, that's awesome, right? So we're going to go ahead and forge it. So we will definitely forge. Let's go ahead and forge the ultimate form. And let's go ahead now and get ourselves a, and here we get a free star. So we claim it, bump it immediately to 2 pink stars. So we get 2 star special. And now we can talk about the cards. We can form a team, talk about it, and I'll tell you why this is one of the strongest teams, or the strongest team this season. So let's see. What I need to do is, if I go to the shiny collection, I think what I need is let's just go and quickly do this because I want to show it to you with 2 ultimate, I want to show it with 2 Master Collection cards. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that we just got. And you have to excuse me, I cut my finger, so I've got a band-aid on my thumb, so it's a little bit harder for me to do the clicks correctly. I think it's Beast, right? Yes, it is Beast. So what we're going to do is we're going to level up my card that we just got to... We're going to level up Oath Star Crawl to 6 stars. So that way we can get our shiny. And then once we get the shiny, then I'll be able to sort of feel the team with sort of the full setup. And you can sort of see the power of it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So we just need to go ahead and craft these essences. And then we will get it to 6 stars. Now I can go back and I can claim my shiny. So finally, after waiting for about a month or so, get myself a team that can actually showcase it to you. I think it's a really good one. And so we can take a look and see how it works. So let's go ahead and claim it. Don't forget to upgrade my ultimate form as well. So I think, is it just a... Okay, and we'll evolve it to 2 stars. So I thought that they would just give it to me as straight up a 2-star, but... Oh, right, because I claimed the shiny, I can evolve it straight to 3 stars. 3 stars and the 1 star, though, there isn't any difference in terms of the actual killer skills, but the base stats is a lot higher, and I get just basically better dispels and whatnot, right? All right, so let's take a look at the cards, and then we'll see them in action. All right, so ultimate form. This, when I first read it, I thought it was pretty insane, right? So Heretic Hunters. This is a beast killer, fire beast killer card. The battle skill will convert all non-fire power gems to fire power gems, and then it upgrades all of your fire power gems by 2. Okay, and so this is what we're seeing. This is what we like to see, upgrades. And then it'll create 14 fire power gem 7s. Okay, so we're now creating fire gem 7s by default. And then it also will increase the self damage by 275%. When I first read it, I didn't read that it was self damage. I just read that it increases damage by 275, and I went, whoa. Like, I literally said the word whoa, because I thought that this is like unheard of, like a single card that gives you 275 damage to all cards. But it turns out it is self-damage. Now, when you take a look at self-damage, we've seen this before. We've seen this with Brothers of Banditry. Brothers in Banditry has 300% damage increase, actually. So it's actually a little bit stronger in terms of the damage from the Earth card. We've also seen, the Excalibur deck, where it gives another card a 500% damage boost. So this is not unheard of for self-damage. And what we know is you can pair this really well with other damage increasing decks, and you can make this card do a lot of damage. Okay, so it has 2 power gem upgrade. Okay, so that is always good. And the damage boost is to itself. and it doesn't boost other cards. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And then this also has a passive ability to massively increase fire gem rate at the beginning of every turn. So at the beginning of every turn, you're expected to be able to have more fire gems. And I guess I was wrong. So oh wait, no, I'm reading this. The card I'm reading has 4, but I'm at killer. I'm at 3 stars. I think this is 4 stars. Yeah, at 4 stars you get 1,000% increase. So mine is still at 300% increase. So that's the ultimate form. It has a really good power gem spawn capabilities, and it starts at 7, so that you can upgrade it just from 7 to 9 if you use another card that gives you upgrade. All right, so Faceless is the Master Collection card, and this one gives you also a conversion of all non-fire power gems to fire power gems, and then it upgrades all fire power gems by 2. Okay, so this is your basic upgrade, and it also increases its self damage by 275. So your Master Collection card and your Ultimate Form will both deal more damage, and there's no passive abilities with these cards, with the Master Collection card or with the ultra rare card, which is Maven of Morality. No, I take it back. So Maven of Morality has the gem drop, but the battle skill is just very basic 14 fire power gem 6s with a 3-turn cooldown. And so now what you have is the question is, what's better, right? Is it better to have a single Master Collection card, or is it better to have a single an extra Master Collection card or an extra ultra rare card? I would say that it's good to have at least, I think just the ultra rare by itself is fine, but then if you have additional Master Collection cards, that's going to be better because you can upgrade further. Okay, the more Master Collection cards you can have in here, the better. Because you can upgrade them by 2 every time, and that is going to give you a lot of power boost for sure. So far I think that definitely Ultimate Form plus 2 Master Collection cards and an ultra rare card, that's going to be a good option there. I'm not sure that you really need the additional 14 power gem 6s from the second ultra rare card, to be honest. Like I would say reserve your 5th card for a fire card that gives you a boost, and I'll talk about those cards. We have a lot of those to select from. And then we can take a look also at the Master Collection, the event card, and then also we can wait a second, I want to see the event card. It won't let me see the other ones once I have it. Okay, that's okay. We will go ahead and take a look at my card from my collection. So first we'll take a look at the support card, Interrogator Xion. So that's a support card, and this card will destroy all non-fire gems. It doesn't have any gem increase, gem spawns though. So this is one of those cases where the support card doesn't give you any gems, but it destroys fire gems, and it has an increased fire drop rate. So you could potentially have more gems, more fire gems just by having it drop. And so this is something that is a little bit interesting, very different in that you normally see support cards creating gems, but this one only destroys gems. Counter skill Judgment, and so Judgment is considered a buff, so that means that is going to be something that the boss will apply. And I'm trying to remember what Judgment is. I think Judgment is, somebody remind me whether Judgment is you get damage if you try to heal, or if you get damage when you try to attack. I can't remember which one it is anymore. It's been a while. So put it in a chat below and help me remind me what it was. And then we can take a look at the 6. So we saw the Faceless. I want to see the counter skill though. So counter, also there's Thorns. So Thorns is a is a debuff, and so that's something that you'll want to counter for sure. It doesn't kill you though. So Thorns will not kill you. That's the thing. Thorns will Thorns will damage you based on a percentage, but it's not going to be a card that will kill you from the damage itself. It will just take your health very low. And then there's Weaken. Okay, so we do have to worry about Weaken, which means it will make it so that you will not be able to do any damage boost. Okay, and the Ultimate Form will not dispel it. So having a 3-star, having a 3-star Ultimate Form for once, and having a pretty crappy dispel counter skill kind of sucks, because Judgment is not something that is. It's not as bad as Thorns. It's not as bad as Weaken, and I would have liked for that to be on the Ultimate Form so I could have a better chance of dispelling it, but that's okay. And so William casts everything. It's damage when I heal. I think that's what it is as well. When you heal, you get damage. That's what I think as well. Okay, so let's take a look and see where did that card go. Here is Oathkeeper Crawl, and its battle skill will create 5 power gems by upgrades 5 power gems by 1, and it increases its own damage by 125%. And so this one will not create any gems either. So if you think about it, outside of the ultimate form and the ultra rare card, this deck actually isn't that great at spawning gems. Like, it doesn't have, as a deck overall, it doesn't actually have quite as good of a gem spawn capability, and it has a 3-turn cooldown, and so it's not really great for wave format either, because it doesn't spawn any gems on turn start. It doesn't create gems on attack, and you don't have a 1-turn cooldown for the gem spawns, for the battle skills. So there is sort of that balance here where you have a lot of power from your upgrades, but you lack that sort of continuity per turn in the wave fight where you can constantly get lots of gems going. So this is going to be a little bit different. And so you're going to have to sort of balance it a little bit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you basically with 2 Master Collection cards, okay? And then we'll put in the Ultra Rare card. And actually what I will do is, instead of doing that, I will do 1 card each, just to sort of show you how it all works. Okay, and so we're going to put in this card here, and then we will put in the event card also. Then I will sort of build up a different team here. In terms of relics here, let's take a look. I think I have some Beast Killer. Oh, that's Slayer though. I have Beast Killer from a while ago, and then let's take a look. But I do have 2, right? So I have 2. I can do 2 Fire Commanders. That's Beast. So we'll go with that for now. And let's go ahead and put this in here. And for now, I'm just going to put in a random relic there so I can spawn fire relics. Okay, fire gems. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck in action. Kind of excited. I haven't been able to do this in a long time. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to let's see, 50. I don't have a lot of the tokens for the gold boss anymore, so I'm going to just check out the battle skill for the for the trial ones, and then we can also play around with other decks. So this is the one that I just built out. So from left to right, this is event card, Master Collection card, ultimate form, ultra rare card, and then the support card. So remember, there's not a lot of gem spawns from the support card, which is something that we're not used to seeing, because what we're used to seeing is we get a lot of spawns, right? And so here you go, like if I were to just activate a support card, I don't actually get anything additional. And then if you look at between turns, we aren't going to spawn any gems either. There's no passive gem spawn from what I can tell. So you can see there's no actual gem spawn. There's no gem spawn from attack either. All right. And so that is something that is very different. So what you're really waiting for is you're waiting for the 3-turn cooldown. Okay. So the 3 turns so you can activate again. And so they're sort of balancing like basically the power that you're going to get from a single attack then is balanced out so that you're not going to be able to attack constantly. Instead, you're going to be doing an attack, and then you wait, and then see here, like, I'm going to have to do an attack, and then nothing, like, I'll have to sort of, like, form my own power, like, form my own gems if necessary. So, like, you probably have to, like, you'll probably want to put it with another card anyway. But let's go ahead and see how this deck works overall. Okay, so then here you have it destroys all the gems, and this one will upgrade. So this one creates the power gems, and then you can go ahead and upgrade 5 of them, and then you I guess what we'll do is we'll go ahead and activate the ultimate form first, and then we will go ahead and activate the Master Collection card. So you can see we have power gem 14. So I think I saw like a 15 there, and you can even potentially get 16. So the potential is going to be there for the deck to get a lot of power gems for sure. And it's just that this isn't going to be one of those decks that is going to be very easy to use for the Crusades. So like in your waves, you can see there's not a lot of power gems spawned in between. There's no regular gems even. 3-turn cooldown for the support card means you're not going to be able to activate every single turn, and so it is going to feel slower in the waves, but I think it's going to be really powerful in the solo bosses. Now, if we take a look at sort of some of the other cards that you're going to want to partner with, so for sure what you want is you want one of each. Okay, so you definitely want to have your ultimate form and your master collection card. And if you can't get both, if you had to get one card out of the two, I would say probably that the Master Collection card is probably going to be a little bit better. I personally prefer the upgrade. Right? I think the upgrade is something that is very helpful. And then if we take a look now, so I'm going to go ahead and do fire. And the other options that is going to be pretty obvious is going to be this one. So let's say you have one. You'll probably want to also add something like Culinary Kings just so that you can have additional upgrades. I think, if you have 2 Master Collection cards, then you don't need the Culinary Kings. I don't really think you need Culinary Kings here in my setup with my cards, but this could give you more upgrades for more power, which I think will be kind of cool. And then in terms of the commander, so if you're having a hard time with dispels, I think that Fae is going to be a good choice. So Fae, it will, number one, you can't stop it, and second, it dispels the buff and also cleanses debuffs. So this is going to be a good one. The power, the damage output, sort of the damage buff from the ultimate form is 50%. So it's sort of the lower one compared to all the other teams, but it's still pretty good. So you get 50% damage boost, and then that will boost that will also boost your ultimate form for the current event, with an additional 275%. So you're going to get some more damage output there. Altian's new card is another really good one. This one will give you 80% damage boost, and then this one gives you, continued gem spawn. So this one will give you 6 power gems for 3 turns straight. So that kind of basically will solve your problem of not having a lot of power gems. And now if we go ahead and just going to go ahead and put in the relics here. So just give me 1 second. Beast Killer, and then I guess what we'll do is we will just go into a regular campaign mode, and then I'll show you sort of how that works in a wave mode. Okay, so we're gonna go into our main campaign, and then we'll go in, and what we'll do is I'll pick a card that doesn't spawn anything. I guess I'll just use this. Okay. And so let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the setup here where, I put in Culinary Kings. If you have it, I think it's going to be helpful. I put in the Altian's New Guard because, like I said, it is going to be something that helps with the wave format. And Cast W, no worries. I think that thank you for joining me here. Don't worry about missing the streams. I haven't been that regular myself anyway. So Iron God Killer, Beast Killer doesn't really have very good buffs, but with a new mechanic in this deck. So you could also use Illusions of the Visions of the Void. That could also boost a bit. I think there's a lot of, but this deck will work with a lot of the older fire commanders as well. Okay, and so just kind of show you, right? Here we can go ahead and create our gem spawns. So you activate this once, you get through your first wave, and you can go to your second wave. Now let's just take a look at what what it's capable of. And in terms of the order, the sequence here, you definitely want to make sure that you activate your ultimate form, because it feels like what it's doing is it basically converts everything on the board for once you activate the ultimate form. And so in this case, what I will do is I will activate ultimate form first because it's going to fill the board anyway. Then I'm going to go ahead and create my 14 power gems, right? Have that gem crush. Now I'm going to go ahead and activate my Culinary Kings. So now I'm sitting at power gem 14, and here we have power gem 16. All right, so it's been a while since we've seen power gem 16s on the board. Lots of shiny power gems here, and I would say that in this particular case, this particular setup, because I am missing one of the this is going to be good damage, but it's not going to be as good a damage as if I had 2 Master Collection cards in here instead of Culinary Kings. So like, these are just kind of things to consider. But I would personally say that I personally have always encouraged people to get Culinary Kings because I think it's a really good card. But I only recommend it because I think that it's great for power gem upgrades. Now, this is a Slayer card, and so if you have the option to do this from a commander card instead, you should take that because you're going to get more damage output just from having the commander, gems boosting your damage overall. And so I would say for me, I will probably put in my second. Well, I definitely will be putting in my second Master Collection card in there, and then I'll play around and see if it's going to be better for me to take out the ultra rare card and then just add in more damage output. So what I mean by that is, like, I think probably like my best setup is going to be so let's see. So you see, like, I changed the order in which I activate. I wasn't paying attention. I just kind of went from left to right. And you can see that I have less Power Gem 16s here. Most of them are 14s because of the Gem Crush. So the order here is going to matter a little bit. I think I would say definitely activate your ultimate form first. I think that's going to maximize your Power Gem creation. Now let's go ahead and build a team that I think is going to be optimal for me. And so let's go ahead and take a look now. John Wilson, welcome to the stream here. Okay, and Ing Lee-san, yes, Exalted Champion will have better boost. I think it has the best one at 100. And so let's see. What I'm saying here is I might take out Maven of Morality in favor of another damage boost. And in this case, I have a choice. I could go with Immolating Fate. I could go with Exalted Champions. And as is mentioned already, Exalted Champions will have higher damage output, damage boost. And then now what I can do is if I put in... So now what I have here is I have 2 cards, 1, 2, 3, 2 cards that boost all of the commanders, and then I have 2 Master Collection cards for the upgrade, and then also a oh my gosh, I have too many heroes. I haven't done this in a long time. Let me go ahead and quickly I don't even know what to do. Let me go ahead and quickly dust some cards. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in a long time. I need to clean this up. All right. Goodness. And I'm not going to spend the gems for sure to increase this. I'm just going to go ahead and sell some cards. Excuse me, I just need to sell a few. I haven't seen this in a long time. That's what happens when you farm and farm and farm, and then you just don't bother cleaning up because you have a lot of space. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean up these ones, and then we can go back into the... we can go back and play the campaign mode. Let's go to right here. Make sure that we have the right cards. This is the one. Okay. Nickerson, welcome to the stream here. So John Wilson, mix of Culinary Kings and Waste Warriors. I'm not sure if Waste Warriors? I'm not sure if I have that one. I'll have to take a look. I think I didn't get the last Fire Slayer deck. So like Fire Slayer deck is one I didn't get. Okay, so here's what you do, right? So basically you will, in a wave format, you'll probably activate these 2. So then you get, your power gems. It's going to create every turn. And you get your power, you get your damage boost as well. Now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and activate everything and see how much we can get our power gems up to. Okay, so we have 8, and so this is probably going to go up to... So yeah, I'll probably just be going up to 14 here because Culinary Kings actually did a better job here. And so you can see with my... So this particular setup, I don't see any 16. The best I got was 14. And so it's probably, it's going to be interesting to see, like, is this going to be better compared to having the Culinary Kings earlier where I had the 16s, or is it better to have the damage boost? It's going to be hard to tell, like, unless you actually start the event, but there's a lot of options. Like, Fire Commander has become one of these events where every single deck that's come out in the past few months now has been all really great. So if you have any of the past commander cards, I would say you'll be able to use them with great success. Okay, so you can use Humiliating Fae, you can use Exalted Champions, you can use Altian's Noonguard, you can use Steel Force, you can use this deck. Everything is going to be really, really good. You can combine this with, you can combine it with Culinary Kings, obviously. That's going to give you great success. In terms of like the boosts, okay, like what kind of boost can you can you use? Well, somebody already mentioned Visions of the Void is one that could potentially be an option, but in order for that really to do well, I think you need to be able to activate it. I can't remember, but it's definitely an option. And here you go, like just activating these 3 cards. I already got my, I got, you know, like 14 is sort of like the minimum I can see. Guaranteed to go up to 14, and you know potentially you can go to 16. I would like to try and see like how well I can do this. Let's try one more. And what I'm gonna do is let's just go ahead and set up a team here like this, just for fun. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set this up to Power Fire, and I'm going to put in Slayer here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in Culinary Kings followed by Master Chef. All right, and so every single card here will do a upgrade. So let's just take a look and just see how, you know, how well it's doing. So Iron God Killer, you mentioned that the stream is acting up. So is it still can you guys hear me okay? Is it still having issues? I'm not sure if it's I've been having some computer problems, and it could be a network problem. So apologies if it's not great quality here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and just see. I'm just going to go ahead and activate everything. I think the first one I want to activate is going to be the Ultimate Form. Okay, and then we will go ahead and activate Culinary Kings. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Master Chef, and then the 2 Faceless cards. So here we have 17, right? Yeah, so with all that, the best I got is still just 17. I was kind of hoping to see an 18 in here or something. And so that is, you know, but this is not necessarily going to be the best damage. I think it's going to be really fun, but you're going to be lacking gems for the next waves, right? So this is one of the problems with this deck here, is that it's great for single attack, but then you will lack that ability to keep momentum going every single turn, wave after wave. So that's something you have to balance out. And Illuminati, how do you get it for free? If you saved up your coins, I would recommend that you use your coins to craft it. And you know, this is definitely a deck where I feel like if you build up some good fire teams, this one is just going to make it that much stronger. Okay, it's going to make it that much stronger, and the upgrades is going to be really useful for a lot of events. You can now have your, you know, you can now use your Ultimate Form in your Fire Slayer event paired with Culinary Kings, and that's going to make your Slayer events that much more powerful. And so overall, I would say, you know, this is a really, really good deck, really strong. Not the most overpowering because, like I said, they have balanced the power output with sort of like the continuity of the gen spawns here. It's not a good gen spawn deck overall, but it's great once you can activate the battle skills. So between battle skills, there's not a whole lot happening, but once you can activate it, I think you'll like it. It's going to be really, really strong. And so, do I recommend this deck? I do. Out of all the decks that we've seen this season, which one would I recommend? Honestly, it's hard for me to say because all the other cards that we've seen, all the other decks that have come out this season have been good for various different reasons. Like the Earth one was really good, the Light one was really good. I think that a lot of people have seen like really, really good, you know, guild versus guild type, you know, boosts just from those cards. So I can't say that this card trumps them all, but I would say that for the event, this deck definitely is going to be really strong. And so if you are, and here we go, here we have some 18s here. So if you are looking for a good, strong fire deck to use, I definitely would recommend this one. And would I recommend that you use all of your coins to craft everything? Well, what I will say is you get a free 2-star deck if you craft in the next 24 hours. So if you have the ability to craft and you are not looking for any other affinity and you have the coins to do it, then I would say don't wait for the event to start, because by then you're missing out on a free pink start for your ultimate form. And so that is something that I would say if you like this deck. Like I said, there's a lot of really good decks this season. Can't really make a recommendation for the best right now, but I definitely like what I've seen so far with this deck. And just to go over again, lots and lots of options to go with if you don't have this particular event deck. Okay, so if you don't have this, what are your other options? Well, for Beast, what you can get in the Proving Ground store is going to be the Flamebound Taurus. So Flamebound Taurus also has the ability to create a lot of gems. And you can also, this one also will store your 3 attacks and then do a nuke. Definitely still a good deck to use. This is available in the Proving Ground, so that's something that you can use as well. Would I recommend that you get that compared to some of the other cards? Again, it depends on it depends on what you are looking for and what you need to do. But if I were to take a look at the Proving Ground store just real quickly before I sign off here, what you have available for the store here, and I'll show you what I got, right? What you have here is, Visions of the Void is going to be a really good card to have as the ultimate form goes. And personally, I went with, the Dorothy deck, but in retrospect, that is not as powerful. So what I will be doing is next season, I might actually use my coins to come back and get the Visions of the Void because I'm missing one of the 2 cards. So I would probably prioritize that one over the Flamebound Taurus, just my personal opinion. And also some of the previous decks that we are going to be losing here, there is still the options to get Jailers if you don't have it. There's also the option to get the Perceptive Gurus if you don't have it. Keep in mind that after this season is over, and also there is Siren. So there's a lot of good cards to get from the particular season. If you don't have those already, highly recommend it. Last event, I used Sirens for the water event to really good success. Jailers is one that I talk about to death, and also with Perceptive Gurus. These 3 ultimate forms are going to have a lot of use. And so if you're still looking to, for where you should spend your coins, and you're missing one of the 2 cards from those, highly recommend that. That would be my recommendation. As far as for this particular season goes, I think that the best one is still going to be Visions of the Void. That is going to be my recommendation for what you should pick if you're not missing anything else. For this particular deck, I do recommend it. I think it's really great based on what I've seen. As far as fire goes, it will go well with your Slayer event. It goes well. It's going to be strong this event. Is it the most overpowering, the most, the best deck this particular season? I think it's high up there. People have different opinions. Some people, I think, mentioned that water is the best one. I thought that the earth one was really strong, and I thought the light was pretty good. But this one definitely is going to be enjoyable. Okay. So let's see. So Illuminati Ubu, you said to check it out and hook. Well, thanks. And this is going to be a really good one to use for sure. I don't think you're going to regret using it. And plus, the free start never hurts. Okay. And so that is going to be it for me for this review of the deck. I think that it is really good fire deck. Lots and lots and lots of options to go with your fire decks. Okay, like lots and lots of options. Just over the last few months, if you have any of the decks from previous events, you can pair any of them. Guarantee you're going to enjoy them. You're going to get good success. You're not going to feel really weak with the cards that you use here. Okay, any of the previous older commander cards back like a few months ago up to now, all of them for the Fire Commander will work well. Even if you don't have a lot of them, pair this with the Culinary Kings and you're going to do well as well. So hopefully this is useful for you in making the decision. Hope you enjoy the event, guys. I'm going to sign off for now, and then I'll kind of showcase the various different teams that you can create with this and the damage you can potentially do with the deck in the event a couple of days from now. thanks a lot for joining me. Thanks a lot for your time.